has given this one a full treat. Good chance from this position to make him on the green. And a chance for birdie here on the first hole.
This is that awkward length.
Wake up. Trying to move on with a par in his pocket. Even par, early all about.
Well, you hit your tee shot here through the dunes, Rich, not overly long, just under 400 yards. The bunker on the left really shouldn't be a problem. Just avoid the dunes on the right and left.
It's nice to roll in a 25-footer now and then. Those feel good. But still, there's nothing like hitting that perfect tee ball. Long and straight.
Yeah, you can puff out your chest, last to play, the advantage, holes shorter. Basically, the list goes on.
You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Not a gimme, but well within his range.
Look at him for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it's going to hurt the course.
At the third tee now, Frank, and what are we
cautious on where the flag is? Anything in the middle of the green you can putt to the corners. Well, if you can call them corners, more like ragtails, but beautiful par 3. Well, that was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back? Second shot.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. Rory Mcilroy looking to take advantage with this putt. Those are painful from that distance.
Yeah, just another one added to the card. Big mistake.
So a drop shot right there, and now at 1 over par for the day. Frank, standing here on the fourth tee at Chambers Bay, you can see what this golf course is all about with those dunes on the left and all that sand down on the right. A lot of trouble here.
Yeah, first hole, Rich, really that bends to the right, but if anything, you want to keep the tee shot down the left side. It's going to give you a better angle to the green. And unlike the two previous holes, this fairway slopes to the other direction, to the right.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops.
Play, the only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Oh, a bit unfortunate. Wasn't able to avoid the sand trap. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in. It's that sneaky distance. Well, the fourth hole looks like it's going to claim another victim.
Right about 9 feet here to the hole. Slipping just a bit, another bogey, and now 2 over par. Well, Frank, here at the fifth, and I'm not sure about my chances at a hole that's called free fall. I mean, are you kidding?
Well, should be free fall for you, that's for sure, and free fall for a lot of people playing it today. Hole looks straight away, but you see it starts to pinch in, that fairway, that is, by bunkers left and right. And those bunkers come in exactly where you're trying to hit your tee shot.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Frank, it's kind of amazing that Robert Trent Jones II, the designer of Chambers Bay, was able to find a golf course out of what was a gravel mine, a sand and gravel mine right next to the Puget Sound.
Yeah, and his routing, that's the order of the holes, is quite magnificent when you go around and look at the way the holes flow, the use of the views, the use of the terrain, the fact that no two holes on the golf course even sort of look the same. I think, kudos to Robert Trent Jones II.
That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
And getting ready for the putt. Well, too bad. He gives one back. Getting set to hit the tee shot here at the 6th at Chambers Bay. Frank, where are you looking to land the ball off the tee here?
There's a nice dune down that left side that sort of gives you a good line that you can work the ball off here. But remember, this is a links golf course, so you don't try and fight Mother Nature because she'll always win. So just anything down the left, let that ball sort of kick its way back towards the middle of the fairway. A lengthy par 4, though, at 495.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Playing it point to point, fairway off the tee, fairway on the second shot, and now a really good angle to attack. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Well, that's not the way you wanted to start out the backside here.
Yeah, you can't afford from inside 10 feet. You feel like you have to make those, and they really sting when they miss.
On the 7th tee now, it is over 500 yards from the back tee.
Yeah, this is called humpback, and you can see why there's all those mounds and undulations between you and the hole, plus all that amazing bunkering down the right side. All to be avoided, really. If you can do that, then you get a decent look at this green. But yeah, you've mentioned it, 500 plus yards. It's going to play longer than that uphill.
Frank, you're in the business of analyzing golf shots.
I don't want to see that one again. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. And it is not looking like a good lie. Frank, you always talk about it not compounding the error, but here again, another shot from the rough.
Yeah, if you try again.
Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. That is classy.
Yeah, a chance of going in.
Just a couple of feet. Been a rocky road to this point. 4 over par on the round. Now to the 8th and a long par 5, Frank.
Fortunately, there's no bunkers, just the dunes either side. The hole looks a little narrow off the tee, but get down there, you're going to realize that's a fairly generous fairway. There's a little bit of mounding in this green, too, that actually slopes it back towards the player. So use that to your advantage.
And from the fairway for his second shot here. So, third shot now for Rory McIlroy. Well, on the green, but far from the hole.
A little bit of a head scratcher. A lot of work coming up here.
Just 37 yards to the hole. Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. He needs this for par.
Had every chance of going in.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Frank had the touch of a plumber right there.
Yeah, you'd like a redo, wouldn't you? Wake up, wake up!
Settles in over the putt. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
That hole certainly got the best of him. Triple bogey. Finishing up our front side here at the 9th, it's a par 3. And Frank, how would you describe this hole?
Well, it's an absolute stunner, really, because of the views. And this is where you realise that links golf, minus trees and minus some of the things we see on other golf courses, can still look absolutely, well over 200 yards here. Even though it's elevated, it still requires a good tee shot. But a little 2 here, and you might just have yourself a good outward 9.
Well, the stats say that is a green hit in regulation, but it's not yet a par on the card. Very tough putt coming up. Not quite enough on that one, couple of feet short.
Yeah, hopefully he taps it in. Not his best, but hopefully it's just 2 putts.
Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Well, you almost lose count at this point. Safe to say, not under par. In fact, well over par. Excellent looking shot here. And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up. You can bring it in high. You can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
That is always so disappointing from that kind of a spot when you come up short.
Yeah, you're licking your chops over that one. Shot you think you could hit directly at the flag. Yeah, test for the short game.
Okay, good shot on the dance floor. Just trying to hang in there at 9 over for the round. Now on to the 11th, and Frank, we are looking at a long par 4 in front of us.
We are indeed, and it's called shadows, but there is love in the shadows here. Hit it over that dune down there in the middle of the fairway. If you can get it there around the 300-plus yard mark, then the hole obviously starts to get a little easier. That second shot, you'd like to hit a little bit of a cut in here, but there's 2 levels to this green, so make sure you're on the right level where that flag is. Well, it's going to take a good one here, considering what they've already gone through, Rich. Right now, that green is going to look very small, so it's going to take a good shot here to give himself an opportunity.
Some really poor play to this point.
Well, this is straight at it.
That's a really good line. We'll be pretty happy with that one. About 20 feet away, in a good spot. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. That would have been a real bonus had it dropped, but as it is, good putt. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Wow, I thought he made that. He was fooled a little bit on that one, Frank. An ill-timed double bogey for him, but he has to make it first. Time to regroup. That's a double bogey. The 12th here at Chambers Bay is known as the Narrows. What's the play here, Frank?
2, really. You could just sort of iron it down there, have a little wedge or a pitch in there with no sweat whatsoever. Or, if you want to have a little bit of fun, if you can drive it over that bunker that's just short left of this green, you might just putt for an eagle.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. And it makes the green in regulation. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. So early on the backside here at the 12th hole, missed opportunity. Everything has gone wrong today. Just continues to be ugly. Now at the 13th hole here at Chambers Bay, and Frank, this one bends to the right, par 4.
It doesn't mean that you have to cut it or move the ball in that direction. Ideally, really, anything down the left side of the fairway would be well suited for this hole. There is a central bunker that sort of protects the front middle of this green. You can go in left of that or right of that, but this is a beefy par 4. 4 on the card, and you are not losing ground.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Let's see what the dominant number one player can do. Rory Mcilroy now on the approach shot. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths.
A lip out's fine as long as it doesn't happen to you.
No problems there.
Yeah, keeps the round going, keeps the momentum on his side.
Frank, now to the 14th hole, and this is the 5th consecutive par 4 here at Chambers Bay, and by this point the players will know whether they're on their game or off their game.
At 546 yards, this hole can be shortened considerably if you choose to take a brave line down the left side. You can chew off as much as 70 or 80 yards. But once again here, because the hole bends to the left, you've really got to know which direction that wind is coming from.
Good lie in the fairway, a good chance to make something happen here. Frank, you know this game can just take the wind out of your sails. Tough sport.
Everybody would love to drive it down the middle of the fairway, knock it to 10 feet and make the putt. We know it's not always going to happen, but play to your strengths. You might be chipping well. You might knock the odd 30-footer in. You don't have to play perfectly to make a good score.
So that one settles about 18 feet away from the cup. Pretty good shot.
It's that sneaky distance. Oh, how did that miss?
Are you kidding me? I mean, that one was dead center. Just a couple of feet. It happens sometimes, Frank. They don't all drop.
No, but you try telling him right now.
And getting ready for the putt. This one was just a nightmare from the start, and now he has this for triple bogey. Frank, normally on a golf course, you don't want to spend too much time in the trees, with the trees, around the trees, but part of me wants to go up and hug this tree because he's all alone. It's the only tree on the whole golf course.
Well, I know you're a tree hugger, Rich, I really do, but at 246 yards when they play this off the back tee at the US Open, believe me, nobody's hugging that tree. They're just trying to make three.
Great professionals, Frank, they don't fear greenside bunker shot, do they?
No, because you can be as aggressive or as conservative as you want. You actually have far more options. And you don't have to hit the ball first.
Been a rocky round. Now to the 16th hole here at Chambers Bay, and Frank, it is a pretty short hole. What are the chances to come out of here with a birdie?
Well, you've just come off the short 15th. You can get on a little bit of a run here, providing you get in the fairway first. You're not going to have an overly long second shot here. But once again, this is a precision hole, a little bit like 15. This is a tabletop green, so you're going to have to be right on the money with that second shot.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. Appears to be what they call a commercial play, very solid. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
Solid play, heart of the green. And it loses a shot here with that bogey. Just 2 holes left to play. Now a par 3, the 17th, 218 yards, and all sorts of trouble, Frank, down that right.
Well, if you weren't beached at the 16th, then there's a chance you can be derailed, which is what this hole's called, at 17. Difficult par 3. You can see the bunker there in front, and once again, wind conditions. This is going to probably require one of the best tee shots, especially in the closing stages of the US Open.
And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Now to the 18th hole, Frank. Everyone wants to finish in style.
Yeah, the home hole here, once again you head back to just a wonderful view, and you realise that Chambers Bay was designed as a walking golf course, and it was designed to have fun and test every department of your game. 18 will do that. It probably gives you more trouble on both sides of the hole than any other hole on the golf course.
He has just hammered this drive here at the 18th, and now he is in a really good position to make a birdie here on the final hole. So, third shot now for Rory Mcilroy. Well, that is a ball-striking clinic right there. Another dazzling approach shot. Pretty close. All right, Frank, now a chance to begin to turn it around.
It's got to start somewhere. Really, the first display of golf we saw was poor, but now this is what people expect.
Could use this. Putt for par. Par for McIlroy. But you're just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away. So, Frank, as we put a wrap on the day, it wasn't his best performance, but there's always tomorrow in golf.
Yeah, you still got to keep your head high. Golf's a game that's going to be it's going to bring everybody to their knees now and again, but dream for a better day, and it could be just around the corner.
And there'll be a next time for us as well, partner. This is Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo saying so long for now. EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents Practice Round coverage. We're here in Fife, Scotland, known to many as the home of golf. They've been playing the game here since the 15th century. Today, here at the old course at St. Andrews, this historic linksland will be the battleground for the most decorated golfers of the modern day. Rich Lerner alongside my partner, Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. We'll be calling all the action out here today. Frank, when you think of St. Andrews, what sort of memories come to mind?
Rich, I think you've got to think of the Swilcan Bridge first and foremost. That's a little bridge that crosses the burn as you go down the 18th. Every great player that's ever played this game has walked across that bridge and had a look back. And it's just a golf course that continually grows on you. This is where the game started, and it's a monument forever and a day.
And that Swilcan Bridge has connected the generations, from Jones to Jack, from Jack to Tiger. Now the game's number one player, Rory McIlroy, ready with his approach. Oh, look out. This could be wet, Frank.
It's heading towards the hazard.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Trying to get the round off to a good start. Frank, we're at the second hole, and what's ahead?
Well, the ideal tee shot, just a little over that gorse bush in front of you, which is down the right side. That's the best angle in, but it also brings in a little bit of trouble. But if that pin is anywhere towards the middle of this double green, then really you want to be coming in from the right side.
Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked.
Straight away now from 145 yards.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it.
One of the things I think that's captivated the audience now with Rory McIlroy is he's doing things that we thought only one other player could do, and that's Tiger Woods. When you can street fields in a major championship by nearly double figures, that's when you're in a class in your own. And I know that's stating the obvious.
He has a gear, Frank, that I don't think other players have. You might be rolling along at 95 miles per hour, and you think you're moving, and you look to your right and you blink and go, who was that? Somebody just went by me, and he's doing 125 and making it look easy. This kid is really special. Frank, talk about the strategy off the tee here at the third.
You can drive the ball pretty close to this green, Rich. It's shorter than the second hole. Just hit it down the right side, but try and avoid those little pot bunkers.
And safely on the fairway.
Once again, a good lie. That makes such a difference. Takes so many variables out of play. Oh, nice strike, Rich. Not quite directly in line with the flag.
Just drifting a bit to the right, but he'll settle.
Even par, currently.
That may have been a bit too much to ask for there, that distance putt, Frank.
Yeah, it's fine to be greedy before you hit the putt, but after you've hit it, 2 from that distance is fine.
At the fourth hole now, and Frank, this one looks as though it might require a little bit of club selection off the tee. What are we looking at, partner?
Well, there is 2 ways to play the fourth off the tee. You can hit it down the right side, but it really starts to narrow up, and it's slightly shorter. Most players go towards the middle of the golf course and try and get it on that plateau. But this, certainly the first hard hole you see at St. Andrews.
Interesting, with the almost space-age advancements in golf equipment, what with new, lighter materials, and with the increased focus on fitness and strength, players are hitting the ball longer than ever. That has forced architects to lengthen the golf courses without sacrificing the integrity or the shot value of the original design. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Did the job right there. Hole number 5 of the first par 5 we've seen today. This fairway looks like it narrows quite a bit, Frank. Are you thinking eagle when you step up onto the tee?
Well, you could, especially if you've got a little bit of breeze behind you, but it's quite wide in the driving area with the exception of those 3 bunkers on the right that just sort of pop out. But you can get it past those, this par 5, very reachable.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good
play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
No, sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Rory McIlroy looking to take advantage with this putt. Good effort and a good par putt. Now at the 6th, not a particularly long hole, Frank, par 4.
Yeah, semi-blind tee shot. You've got an idea where you want to hit, but there's a series of 3 bunkers. They're called the coffins down the left side, as well as some pop bunkers down the right. So this requires a very accurate tee shot.
Good tee shot, right in the fairway, and plenty long. Ready for a second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Great effort right there, and a great chance to knock in that short putt. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Drops a second birdie for the day. Back here at the Open Championship on the 7th hole here at the old course.
Yeah, blind tee shot. This is one hole that really does advantage the long hitter. They can get it very close to this green, but this green has got some amazing undulations in it.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Trying to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie. See if he can get something going here. 2 straight birdies.
Just a fraction too aggressive. Remember, line and speed go together.
Sometimes you want that birdie so badly, and all of a sudden you're faced with a lot of work, more work than you had hoped for, just to make the par.
Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie.
It's no snack, though.
Frank had the touch of a plumber right there.
Yeah, you'd like a redo, wouldn't you? Wake up, wake up!
8-foot putt here. Stays at 1 under with that par. Frank, the old course all about avoiding the pot bunkers. They're so nasty. This is a good example here, the 9th hole.
Yeah, the pot bunkers really to be avoided are the ones in the middle of the fairway, but there are some that sneak in on the left side, plus that gloss on the left. If you can carry that last one, which is called the end hole, then there's a chance to perhaps drive the screen.
He has put himself in an excellent position with a beautiful tee shot. And now a good look at the green. That's a good shot right there, about 15 feet away, and a good look at birdie. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Little bit of a misread there.
Yeah, it was makeable, that's for sure.
He can really get red hot with a putter. Let's see what McIlroy does. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
In the fairway here at the 10th, nice way to start off the back 9. Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. For much more than that, except to make it. Trying to move on with a par in his pocket. Routine stuff for Rory, that's a par. Down to the par 3 11th, and Frank, what's the key here?
Well, this green is slightly elevated. Huge false front, sort of left and right of that Strath bunker. And, of course, that bunker on the hill, or should I say that bunker on the left is called Hill. That's the famous bunker where Bobby Jones couldn't get out of it many years ago and actually ripped up his scorecard. So a good tee shot here, just find that right level where the flag is.
Did the smart thing there, Frank. Took his medicine, back out onto the fairway. Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. And getting ready for the putt. So with that, the score is now at even par. Frank, from this vantage point here at the 12th, you can see why the old course, St. Andrews, are so iconic in the sport.
Yeah, this is a fun hole as we start to sort of head back to the village of St. Andrews. Hole's called Heathery. There's a big crop of heather on the left, and there's 4 little pot bunkers that are in the middle of this fairway, so you've really got to be cognizant of those. But good time to take the head cover off if you're a long hitter, and then you've only got to worry about that one pot bunker just short of the green.
You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable, that never deviated offline.
So in the red figures at 1 under. Frank should be feeling good after that birdie.
Obviously knows that the game is now in good shape. Let's see if he can add to that.
And yet again, he has hit it off the tee and into the bunker. All right, Frank, second shot.
Yeah, it looks like a good lie. Just take maybe half a club more than the distance allows. Still got to check the wind. Don't have to fly the ball all the way to the flag from here.
Out of the sand and back on the fairway.
Yeah, good shot. Just really utilized that little bit between the ears. Realized he couldn't reach the green. and instead opted for fairway.
Well, the stats say that is a green hit in regulation, but it's not yet a par on the card. Very tough putt coming up. That is a painful miss right there. And a bogey. Drop shot here at the 13th. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Those are painful from that distance.
Yeah, just another one added to the card. Big mistake.
That is a double bogey. Frank, you can actually play this 14th hole by taking a detour to another hole on the front side. Explain.
Yeah, that's the 4th hole. The 4th hole is adjacent to the 14th, and if you're in a little bit of trouble off the tee, there's nothing wrong with playing the 14th as a zigzag style par 5. So that means the drive, if it doesn't go down the right, you go further left and then back to the green. But it's a safer way, but a much longer option. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. 115 yards. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Rory Mcilroy looking to take advantage with this putt. So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. So a tester from 4 feet. Par for McIlroy, but you're just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away. Time to tee it up here at the 15th as we begin the closing stretch here at the Open Championship of the Old Course at St. Andrews.
There's a big steeple in the distance, so even when it starts to fog in a bit, if you can keep your eye on that, that's a good line off the tee. And you've got to keep it, your tee shot just short of this sort of heather, big crop of heather down the left side. It still leaves you a lengthy second shot, but really that's the safest way to try and play this par 4, 15th. Very good par 4.
Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie.
Really. This is an awkward length.
Made a good run at birdie. He'll have to focus now. Try to walk away with the par. Settles in over the putt. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Trying to limit the damage here. This putt is for bogey. So he has that for bogey. I can't help but think that the double bogey back on the 13th has really taken him out of his game at this point. Frank, it may be obvious you'd rather have a ball sitting up perfectly in these fairways as opposed to the deep rough off to the left or right. But how is a player able to take advantage when he has that good lie?
Well, anything better than that would be sitting on a tee. That is a perfect lie. It almost guarantees good contact.
Frank, not just a player, but an artist. Just beautiful work right there.
The only thing I can say, Rich, is that was Seve-esque.
Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in. Now, this game is all about variables, right? Rich, if you head into a bad lie, it completely changes the nature of the next shot. When the ball sits up like that, it is just liberty of choice now.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Can't make it, Frank, if you don't hit it.
Hubert Green once said, 99% of putts left short don't go in. What happened to the other 1%? But...
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. That is disappointing. She just hit it a bit too long.
Well, we forget, really, how well ladies swing the club at times, too. They have the same problems that men do. You hit it too well, it's not going to stop. That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
That's a good shot right there, about 15 feet away, and a good look at birdie.
Ooh, inexcusable.
Just 5 feet left. And that'll be a 75 on the day. Well, Frank, how do you begin to sum up what we've seen at the birthplace of golf today? The course, the scenery, the weather, the play. It was really all vintage St. Andrews.
Absolute pleasure to play the old course once again, Rich. You can see how technology might have changed it.